show, Sunderland left it late, but they put a pin in Arsenal's balloon on Saturday. That late equaliser meant points dropped, and by the time Sunday was done, the gap to Manchester City was just 4 points.
Arsenal is further ahead. I think Man City is catching up, but they are dangerous because we all know that they can go 20 matches unbeaten. It's the mental state of Arsenal. Eventually, will they keep on believing that they can become champions? Are they mentally strong enough when they get a little blip? You know, how will they come back after international week, after the Sunderland draw? But they have got a better squad than Man City. In all places, they have got two really good players. So they should be able to do it. So for me, at this moment of time, I'll say Arsenal. You know.
As a Chelsea fan, would you want Arsenal to win the league?
That's not the question. You know, that's not the question. To be fair, I love my Chelsea. They are number one for me. You know, with Leeds and Middlesbrough that I've played for, they're very close to my heart. But I've always liked Arsenal as a club.
How could you say that?
Because I'm a football lover. I think Arsenal as a club, you know, it's always had something, you know, class. Spurs as well. So
We've got our social media clips, by the way. Jimmy Ford Hasselbank loves Arsenal and Spurs.
Oh, but I used to score a lot against them. Let's not forget
you scored against most people, to be fair.
No, but so analysing them, where they are at the moment, they've got everything going for them. It has to be this year. It has to be this year.
They say that every year, though.
No. I didn't say this every year.
No,
I'm saying this now. It has to be this year. If it is not this year, then...
Well, let's ask, shall we? Let's ask Scarlett, who you might have noticed a slight resemblance between Scarlett and Lola. I'm very glad that they're different teams that they support. We'll maybe get to that in a moment. Scarlett, is this the year?
Well, it certainly seems like it, doesn't it? I think things have broken for us.
This could be a very, very unpleasant car ride home if the two of you are carpooling.
You should have seen what she was saying at the beginning of the season, but I'm sure we'll get to that. I mean, I think things have fallen in a way for once that are favourable to us if you look at our title races for the past few years. City have certainly entered the chat, you know, they've put a run together. They did lose to Villa about 2 games ago, but apparently they might be unbeatable. But I think, you know, we're going to have a title race. And Jimmy alluded to it. Arsenal are ready. We've got depth in every position. And actually, I think we've been there or thereabouts for several seasons. Not that much has changed about Arsenal, apart from the fact that they've added variety to their game, which obviously Liverpool haven't. And it's costing them dearly at the moment.
Go on then, Matthew, our City fan. Give us the case for the blue corner.
Listen, I mean, history tells us that Arsenal haven't got it in them. And I can only look back at the last few years. And, you know, as long as we're in the mix and breathing down their neck, they will crumble. And I imagine it's going to happen again. If it doesn't, don't get me wrong, they will deserve it. And then they might go on to win a couple of titles here and there. But as things stand, you know, we're looking good. Keep on going. Haaland keeps on scoring. They're going to crumble.
Well, I think something broke in City last season.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
and they're hungry as ever.
But something changed, and the way that everybody sees you is different now.
It wasn't actually that bad a season for City. Everyone said they fell off. You still finished third and got to a final.
Yeah.
I just think this is a different Arsenal.
Third is not good enough.
By our standards.
It's not good enough,
but for
I agree.
Arsenal, that's a good season.
I actually predicted City to finish higher than Liverpool this season. I just think it's a different Arsenal this season.
Yeah.
The depth, the experience we've got now, it's a different Arsenal.
The only thing that I want Arsenal to do better is scoring more outfield goals.
Yeah.
You can't depend as much on your set pieces.
But Jimmy, I think
that's the only thing that I want. I want the Sakas, the midfielders, to come up more with combination kind of goals, because you're going to get a lot of teams. They're going to sit deep. They're going to sit deep, like Sunderland.
Well, Arteta's plan is to score goals. It's not to sit back and win games 1-0 or fine margins. If you look at the 23-24 season where Arsenal missed out by 2 points, 89 points, City got 91. We scored the most goals that Arsenal have ever scored in the Premier League. Attacking philosophy is in Arteta's mind.
That was 2 seasons ago.
It's a couple of years ago, right? I think we've got a better squad now. If you look at the Sunderland game, for example, we had 2 fit attackers, Trossard and Saka. They both scored the goals. You know, when our depth comes back...
But I need that to happen more.
I think it will. When teams actually play against us, like Atletico Madrid did, for example, they came to the Emirates, second half, they came out, they conceded 4 goals and a half.
Yeah,
But
not everybody's going to do that, especially in the Premier League. Premier League is different. They're not going to do that. And that is where I would like them to be a little bit more fluent with their forward play.
But I don't think we've struggled against low blocks this season. I mean, like, we really struggled last season.
No, because you've scored a lot of free, set pieces.
But if that's the way you have to break the game open,
that's not always going to happen.
No,
you're not going to. You're not going to win a league with only that.
XG is quite high.
Let's finish with Manchester City again, though, Matthew. And a lot of people say it. Well, City will go on one of those runs again because they saw you do it from 2018 to maybe 2021, 22, something like that. Yeah. Is this City group, or team rather, capable of the 13, 14 in a row?
Yeah, I don't see why not. You know, there's been a lot of change in the last year, but we've brought in born winners like
What happens if Haaland gets injured?
Haaland gets injured. Foden is coming into form. Marmoush is
Your
back.
second top scorer is a Burnley player.
That is very true, and it is a concern. I'm not going to ignore that. But Erling Haaland's an absolute freak, and I'm sure if he did get injured, other players in our team would step up. You know, you've got Foden, you've got Rodri, who no one seems to. Everyone seems to forget about
last year
Rodri.
after Haaland got injured.
What, last season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, last season across the board it was a struggle, but this season now, I mean, everyone's
It is going to be a
confident.
problem. If Haaland gets injured, it's a problem.
Yeah, it will, but you know. It's
Like,
difficult to maybe.
challenge you can't win the league if
Top player
you
gets injured,
Yeah,
they're going to struggle.
If Salah got injured last season for Liverpool, you know, it would have probably thrown them off the title race. But I think the way we've looked, you know, the likes of Jeremy Doku, Phil Foden, looking so confident, so.
The Premier League title race is heating up as Manchester City continue their relentless push to overtake Liverpool at the top of the table. Pep Guardiola's side have found their rhythm once again, displaying the kind of dominance and precision that has defined their recent reigns. With key players returning to form and the squad showing incredible depth, City look determined to chase down every point. The question on everyone's lips, can they catch Liverpool before it's too late? Adds extra spice to every match they play. Meanwhile, Liverpool aren't backing down without a fight. Under Arne Slot, the Reds have rediscovered their attacking flair and defensive solidity, making them a nightmare for any opponent. The battle between these two footballing giants has become a spectacle of tactics, mentality, and pure desire to lift the trophy. As both sides trade blows week after week, fans are witnessing one of the most thrilling title duels in recent memory, a showdown where every goal, every mistake, and every moment could decide who finishes as Premier League champions.